Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. So what do you call a pin when it stops rolling? Stationary. Today, we're going to take a look at the Company of Heroes board game 2nd edition upgrade kit. We're also going to look at the OKW upgrade kit as well. Okay, now, I know Cody absolutely loves Company of Heroes, and he has pretty much everything for it 1st edition. But when they did the 2nd edition and offered the upgrade kit, he ended up getting a whole bunch of stuff for it, all the stuff he doesn't have. So you're probably going to see a series of videos where we're going to be unboxing a lot of this stuff. Now, this is a big, chunky, heavy box. There's a lot of stuff that's going to update this from the 1st edition to the 2nd edition. We're going to include this one as well because this is the only upgrade kit that I have for the factions. All right. Okay, so tell you what, let's go down to the table. Let's open this thing up and let's see what's on the inside. All right, folks, here we go. This is the 2nd edition update kit for the Company Heroes board game. 2nd edition right there. And this thing is huge. Look at the size of that thing. And it is heavy. There's some weight here. Okay, now, so it looks like this was for returning backers because this kit's going to upgrade the 1st edition 4-player core set, Elite Commanders Collection, the OKW expansion, the Pathfinder pack, the Eastern Reinforcements, and STUG Assault Pack to 2nd edition. It's going to have 2 new map boards, bonus components, extra dice, map, conversion tiles, a new set of 5 and 7 victory point maps, and much more. There is so much inside this box. You can just see some of the stuff down here. Holy moly. And like I said, the weight of this is enormous. So I can't wait to see what's inside it. Now, I know Cody absolutely loves this game because when this 2nd edition came out for all the upgrades and everything else, I know he went in and he just completed everything in his collection. So he got a ton of stuff for this. All right, and I don't even want to know how much shelf space this thing is going to take up. I think it's going to take up more bins than anything else. But let's see what we have on the inside. And also remember, stick around to the end because I will show you what's in this. This is the only the OKW upgrade kit. It's the only faction upgrade kit that we actually have. Okay, so we'll see what that looks like on the inside as well. So let's dig in. Okay. So what we have right here, oh, okay, this is what these are. Now, I've always wanted to play this game, so some of the wording on some of the things, I didn't really understand what they were or what it meant. But I know one of the things it said was there was some acrylic overlays. And I'm going to be really careful with these because these are little acrylic overlays, as you can see, okay? All right. Now, I'm trying not to punch this one. I want to put this one back in the bag because it looks like we're going to have a protective cover we got to pull out. And that's basically what's holding half of this one together as well. So we're going to get this whole set, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it back in the packaging very easily. So we're just going to put it off to the side for now. All right. Okay, let's leave that one alone. Now, what are we going to have here? It looks like we're going to have maybe some player boards. Is that what we have? So there's going to be a lot of cardboard in here too, and I'm sure that's part of the reason for all the weight and how heavy this thing is going to be. All right, so what do we have? Looks like we're going to have 4 different player boards. We'll just open up one of these so we can take a look and see what it's going to look like. And these are really nice, heavy, dual layered board. Oh, wow. These, I'm not even sure this is cardboard. This is plastic. This feels plastic. Wow, those are fantastic. Just look at those things. Got your income, got your stock supplies. Okay, very nice. These are just absolutely phenomenal. Now I understand why each one of them is inside of a little plastic bag, but you're going to get 4 of those for all 4 of the different player factions. Very cool. Very cool. Now, looks like we're going to get some overlay tiles. Got to have some hexes here. Let's see what else we have. Okay. So we'll pull this one out. And inside of here, what are we going to have? Okay. Looks like we got a nice little tile there. Nice little overlay, and there's a good idea for your thickness right there. I mean, these are pretty standard right here. High quality. I mean, I can just tell by the feel that these feel really good. Absolutely love them. Very nice. Okay, it looks like both sides are going to be the same. And then we got this little guy here. All right, looks like a little winter time on him. Now let's take a look over here. We got this board, and as you can see. Oh, this tile actually used to be right here. There's your punch test for you, folks. That tile used to be sitting right there. Okay, now we're going to have all of these individual ones right here. These are just your regular hexes, and they're good-sized hexes in this game. And these ones here are double-sided. Okay, so you can take a look at that. Put him over there. See, look at that. All those are just kind of falling out. All right, and we'll take a look at those. Just a little snowy patch right there. Okay, a little grass patch. I guess use those to cover up a house or something like that that you don't want on a particular tile that you have. And then we're going to have both of these. They look about the same. Okay, front and back, identical on those. Okay, let's dig down a little bit more. Nice little etching there. Okay, so in here we are going to have a ton of dice. Let's take a look at these guys. So now I can say I have never played Company of Heroes. I've always wanted to play Company of Heroes, and I've looked at it on Cody's shelf a lot. Just never got a chance to play it. But these, oh, the quality of these dice, folks, these are amazing. You can just feel it. You know how you can kind of feel the difference in quality? Wow. Those are great. I love those. Those feel fantastic. Now we're also going to have just some regular, looks like six-sided color dice. I'm guessing this is going to be for all your different attacks and whatnot. Does every player have their own color? I don't know. We're going to need to open up all of them because we're going to have yellow and purple as well. But these, I love these dice. I tell you what, I absolutely love these dice. These are really, really nice. Okay, we're going to have the yellow ones. You know what? We're just going to open all this stuff up and get it all out of here. Get it in this little tray. And that way we have it. Okay, still not seeing a problem with any of these. Looks like there's maybe a little less yellow. Well, there's definitely less purple than some of the other colors. All right, let's look at those. But I tell you, I love the look of that one. That is cool looking. Very nice. That's a great color. And let's just continue down that dice path because we're going to have some more of these. I don't know what these green ones are for. All right. Well, I can tell you one thing, though. I know Cody's going to want to get this thing to the table, so I'm going to be playing this game pretty soon, I bet you. But yeah, look at that. +1, maybe health or something like that. I don't know. Very cool. Very cool. Wow. And we're still not done with dice. Okay. What are these red ones? There you go. Still, no problems with the quality on these guys. Absolutely none whatsoever. Little retreat flags, maybe. Okay. I don't know. And let's see what these are the last of our dice. Okay. And there you go. Wow. This, hands down, man, production quality of this game, just superb. Now, I don't know what this is. Maybe that's a first player marker. I do love that if it is. I would use that as a first player marker. That thing is cool. Very nice. Now we're going to have whatever these little green things are. These kind of look like flags, I think. I don't know. It looks like we're just going to need some posts to put them on. Yeah, so we're going to have some green flags. So maybe you take over different territories. You got your little stem you're going to put them on, and you're going to wave your little flag. All right. So it looks like we're going to have some green ones. What do we got here? We got some brown ones. All the same. Looks like we got some gray ones even. Man, I have bags all over the floor at my feet. Yeah, look at those. They all look the same, quality, high, all good. Now, we're going to have some red cubes, just some regular old red cubes. These are probably going to fit in your player boards, and they're probably going to go for tracking your different stats and whatnot. Okay, I can see that. Put those there. And it looks like we have some black cubes are going to be doing the same. So we're going to be using these for tracking different supplies, whatnot. Okay, and then what do we have? We have also green and yellow acrylic cubes. Okay, very nice. I mean, they look really good. So and they're a little bit bigger than a lot of the other games I've seen out there. Okay, so and the quality feels just superb, just absolutely superb. So we're going to put those right there. All right, now what do we have here? Looks over here, we're going to have a turret. That's cool. So we have our tank turret, so you can actually swap out the guns on your tanks. I do love that. That's actually really, really cool. Okay, looks like they got a little etching on the bottom. All right, we've got a couple more turrets here as well. Looks like the other one's going to be the same. We don't need to pull him out. Very nice. Oh, the gun, look at that. The gun even turns. Dude, that's what kind of quality you're getting with this thing. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, and what do we have here? There we go. Little teeny tiny tank. Don't ask me what the tanks are. It's a Stuart. That's what I'm going to go with. Does this turret, now that turret does not turn. Now, let's pull this guy out. What do we got here? We got the elephant. Wow. I mean, and this thing, dude, folks, this thing is chunky. There's some weight to this guy. that's what's actually really cool is he's weighty, and I like that. Okay, this isn't just cheap plastic. There's your Sexton. This is not just cheap plastic stuff. There is some weight to these figures. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's pull this off to the side, and we're going to start from the bottom and put everything back as we go. Okay. Now, where is the opening for this? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, what are we going to have here? It looks like, oh man, these almost feel like almost a plastic. Very nice. Okay. We'll take a look at these. Looks like little player aids. All right. So you can get an idea about those. There's your U.S. headquarters. All right. You know what? I'm actually going to flip these around. We're going to look at these the opposite direction. Okay. And see what we got. HQ building. And I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know what any of this stuff means in this game. Absolutely none of it. Got a round sequence. So I'm guessing. Oh, this must be the battle. If you're that's the battle group you're playing, and this is just going to be your little player aid. So are these player aids all the same on the front side? No, they're going to be all different. There you go. There's your special tactics, the OKW. These are really nice. All right, man. I'll tell you what. I'm a sucker for high quality components, and this one here just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I haven't seen anything in this box yet that I do not like. Okay, what do we got, man? Platoon, command post, buildings 2 of 3 and 1 of 3. So we're slowly getting through these. Okay, now I don't know what the difference is between the first edition and the second edition. I have no idea. All I know is I'm looking at the second edition. I'll never play the first edition. So this is all I'm going to be playing. Okay. Wehrmacht headquarters. All right, and the battalion command post. So, and it's possible that I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to replace some of the stuff in the first edition. But I'm kind of curious if some of the first edition stuff is, how much of that's still being used. So, are there still a bunch of these over in the first edition that aren't being replaced? I don't, it's kind of one of those curious things for me. All right, so we're gonna have some operation cards because this is an upgrade kit that I would expect that they're only going to give you what needs to be replaced, and so you got to go through and figure it out. So hopefully they'll have a rule book down at the bottom of this thing that tells you what to do. All right, text is kind of hard to read, so I'll give you a second on those. Okay, but I don't know what each one. Choose the top or bottom. Are these the same on all of them? Okay, choose the top or bottom. So it looks like there's just a difference between the numbers on these. So I don't really see a difference between these. Are just the 1, 2s, 3s, 4s. Okay, so I'm not really sure on these ones right here. But the text all look to be the same. You just look at that number is the only thing that's going to be different. Put those over there. Now we got a bunch more of these upgrade cards. Now these are some really little tarot size cards. And again, we're talking that nice plastic. And this, I got to cut this deck in half because these things are slippery. These things are hard to hold on to. Okay, so backside, that's all there is to it. Nothing to it. So, oh, this is the British command cards. Whoa, hey, actually, let's do that. See, so we got U.S., Soviet, British. Oh, these are just all scattered all over the. Yeah, there's no order for these. So, okay, we're just going to go ahead and do it this way. All right, you're going to look at them. You're just going to have to try to figure them out the best you can. All right, because these are going to be all your different command cards. Now, they are slippery. There's a little bit of a glare to them. So I'll try to keep it to where the glare's out as much as I can for you folks. All right. I do want to know, man, leave me a comment down below. Do you play Company of Heroes? Do you like this game? Because I've seen this thing set up on the table and it looks amazing, especially when you have all the terrain packs. And we'll be doing some of that in later videos. So, all right. A couple more here, and that'll complete the first half of this. Okay. I'm hoping this video isn't going to be as super long as what I'm thinking it might be, because like I said, I have a feeling there is a ton underneath this box or this tray right here. I think there's going to be a lot more under there, and I don't know what. Okay, but we're going to have some map packs. We're going to have some rule books. So how much is down there? Yeah. Okay. Now there's a lot to this game. I'm curious what the complexity rating of this game is. How hard is it to get this one to the table? Is this one of those games you kind of set up on the table and you just kind of play every week for a while, like, you know, some tabletop miniatures games? Always kind of wondered about that. Although this isn't, from what I can tell, it's not really a tabletop miniature. It's like more scenario based, and you have your little hex boards. Okay, so I do like that. All right, a few more of these. So, wow. And this is, man, I'll tell you what, I just cannot get over the quality of this game and all of the components so far. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm gonna put this stuff back as I go because it just needs, otherwise, man, this stuff's gonna be sliding all over the place. Okay, now, so that's gonna be our little deck of cards. We'll put them off to the side. Let's see if we can get this out. All right, easy enough. We'll put him off to the side over here. And let's see what we have down here. Okay. Oh, okay, I see what we got now. All right, so we got to be careful here because we're going to have some stickers. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. All right, I'm just going to set that back in there. So it looks like we have a bunch of stickers. And so I'm guessing for all your different figures and stuff like that, if you want to, you know, kind of mark them up. I'm trying to get some angles in here. There's some that I can't even see what they are. Like all these little white ones. Oh, it looks like the OKW. Oh, man, I can't really read it. That looks like a military star right there, U.S. military star. But yeah, okay. So it looks like you're going to get a couple sheets of these stickers, so that way you can sticker all your stuff up. Now, we got a booklet errata stickers. That's what this is. All right, wow, and even, yeah, this is like, oh, these are actually stickers themselves. So rules page 17, sticker 1. Okay, sticker 2. All right, the solo co-op booklet, page 5, left column. So yeah, so it looks like you're just taking these stickers and you're putting them inside your book. Interesting. All right, that works. Now, caring for your new miniatures collection. Here we go. Okay, bent turrets, boil them in some water. Okay, base, you can spray paint them, contrast paint, detail contrast. Just about how long it's going to take if you want to kind of paint them up a little bit. Very cool. What do we have in the back side of that? Oh, and there's your little painting guide. We got some errata and a nice big thank you from the folks at crowdfunding. Very nice. Cool. That's good. I like it. Now, what do we have here? We have, I'm going to slide this off to the side because we're going to have a monster rulebook. All right, let's put these stickers off to the side as well. Now, this is the second edition rulebook, which is about 30 some pages. What's on the back? Okay, first game icons and reference is going to be on the back. Oh, let's see. A bunch of different icons there. We got our maneuver phase, our damage phase, and our supply phase. Oh, yeah, and there's the different size. Yeah, those were the different dice, I think, that we had, right? Okay, yeah, the white, blue, red, and green dice. Very cool. All right. Now, I'm probably might have to slide this side to side a little bit. I'll see if I can keep it in as much as possible. Very nice table of contents. Okay, and we have all of our components that we're going to have right there. Yep, all of the different dice. Holy crud. Oh, yeah, and what are these? So health tracking pip dice and whatnot. Oh, so that's what those dice are for, tracking health and stuff. Okay, so some additional components we're going to see here. Team 1, Team 2 spawning. There's a list of all of the core set miniatures. I'm guessing you have to have their first edition to have all those miniatures because I don't see any of those in this box. Okay, objectives, game setup. And you know what? And tell you what, this is a heavy book. I love the feel of the paper on this, but the text is big. Everything's just nice and laid out. This looks like it is not going to be a very difficult game to learn. Your operations deck. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. So yeah, interesting. I'll have to see how that all works out. And you got your maneuver phase, impassable terrain, maneuvering your infantry. Oh yeah, was that line of sight? Oh, firing arcs. Okay. Maneuver overwatch, pinning. Oh yeah, boy, there's a lot going on in this game. But I'll tell you what, it's going to look amazing on the table. Oh, damage assessment, sight and range, damaging types, damage. What is it? Variable HE damage, defensive rolls, resistant. This is a really nice laid out book. I love this. Right, heavy vehicles and assault full game rules. All right, your supply phase. Oh, got to have supply in the military, right? Okay, and here we go. And our supply, step 3, check for end game trigger. Supply experience and destroyed units. Okay, your commander cards. Commander details. That's kind of cool. I love how they have these cards for all your different commanders and stuff. All right, full game map features. All right. All right, let's see. Terrain Pack 1 features. Very nice. Oh, and here's your Terrain Pack 3. Terrain Pack 2. There's a lot of terrain packs in this game. Okay. And then a glossary. We got a couple page glossary that's going to be in the back. All right, that's all that's going to be. And then we have the back of the book. Man, that's a really nice. I like the way that rule book is laid out. Very nice. Now we're going to have a faction guide. Whew. Okay, we got that same faction guide. We got the same reference on the back of this book as well. And this is just going to talk about all the different factions. So the U.S. Commander FAQ. All right. Wehrmacht Commander. So we just got our Soviet Commander FAQs. All right. The British and the OKW commanders. Oh, and the Universal. Now we're going to just go into some guides, strengths and weaknesses for the U.S. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So here's like all the different U.S. cards and commanders. And is it going to have like a little strategy in there? All right, we've got our Lost Brigades over here. And then we're going to go into the Wehrmacht. Okay, yeah, core unit strength. Yeah, this is cool. So this is a really neat book that's going to have, really help you go through and, really learn your particular faction and how it's going to play. It's going to show you everything. You're going to get a little information on it. That's kind of nice. I like this. This is a really nice, unique little book. All right, we got our British. Over here, and I'll slide this over here. Guess I've been sliding this a little further than what I really need to, huh? All right, now we got our Soviet guide. All right, pull that over there just in case you guys are looking at it. Soviet unit weakness. All right, Soviet commanders. All of our elites, Eastern reinforcements. Oh, the Lost Brigades. Okay, and then we're going to have our OKW guide. All right. Their strengths, weaknesses, and we'll get into their cards. All their commanders. Well laid out book. And there you go, and that's it. Very nice. Very nice. Man, the attention to detail on this one is just amazing. Okay, so this is going to be what our mission booklet, okay, for second edition. Little special thanks to a bunch of people down here. All right, very nice. Very nice. I have Chris Gabrielson. I don't know who he is. I do not know, but I am going to be looking him up after this. So, all right. Okay, what do we got here? Table of contents. We got our map setup, terrain packs, map setup and overview. So we got two-sided resource tokens. Oh, that's what those are. Okay. Those are really nice acrylic tokens. All right, core map features. Skirmish core mission. Frozen pond. Wow, these are kind of cool. So is this all the bigger the map is? Or are the maps that small? I wasn't really sure how big the maps would be on this because, I don't know. Maybe these maps are way bigger than I'm thinking they are, but I don't know. But there's several missions in here. Okay, No Man's Land, Moscow outskirts. There we go. If you run out of things to do in this game, you've played it a lot. Ay caramba, there is a ton of missions here. So team 1 spawns end to end. Ooh, I just kind of merge in. I like that. Okay, a little closer on some of these. Oh, team 2, team 1. Yeah, so you're spawning on your different corners. I like how some of these are different. Now, here we go. Here's our bigger maps. Okay, these are cool. Line a couple of them up so that way you're going to get your bigger missions. Very nice. With all the different map packs and stuff they have, that's kind of cool that they put all those together. Okay. Now, I'm kind of, if these maps are thick maps, I'm going to understand why that box is so heavy because it has all these maps in it. Now, this is cool. You kind of offsetting your maps like that. I like that. All right. Still double all those double maps. And there you go. And that's the back of that one as well. Okay, one thing I want to do here really fast is because I know we have the different sticker sheets on here. I want to make sure that this does not get lost anywhere. So I'm going to put these back in this bag because this is going to go to Master Cody and he is going to be dealing with this one. And I want to make sure that none of that stuff gets damaged and destroyed. I'm sure you guys do not mind, hopefully, because, you know, we like to take care of our games. Okay, now, looks like we got some new map packs. I know they talked about new maps being in here. Okay, so we're going to have those two. And I love this nice little insert. It's going to hold those maps right flat, just making sure there's nothing underneath it. But that's really cool. It's going to hold those maps exactly where we want them to be. Now, I'm going to move some stuff around because these maps, I think, are bigger than what I think they are. And so I'm just going to kind of move them off to the side. And we're going to get these opened up. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, let's get this one kind of broken open. And I'm sure these maps, the quality of these is going to be just stellar like everything else. I know the artwork from what I've seen on all the tiles and stuff so far is absolutely superb. Okay, so let's move that stuff out of the way. I don't have a ton of room on my table for stuff anymore. Okay. Let's see. So these are, how big are, oh wow, these are actually really big. So I'm going to move a couple more things out of the way. I want to try to open these up as much as I can for you folks. So I'm going to push this off to the side as well. All right, now I'm going to have to pivot these maps around because I don't have a ton of space, but I have even more. And I want you guys to see the quality of these maps as I am seeing them. All right, now, okay, I don't think I can quite get all of them in here. Okay, I think you can barely see this top up here. I don't know what the green, red, and yellows are. I'm sure they're barriers of some kind. Maybe it's a defensive value or something that you're going to be able to get. But man, I love the size of these tiles. They're absolutely amazing. Okay, now this is the Morrow River 1 map. Okay, I like how they've named them so it makes it easier to find. But yeah, these are really cool. If you're using those for defensive, that's actually just going to help a lot during gameplay. And this is the back side of this map, so you can take a look at that. I can bend this one so you can actually get a little more view. Okay, there's your top corner up there. All right. Purple, they got little dots on them, so I'm wondering if that's what that is. Okay. Very cool. Very nice. Absolutely love the look of these maps. Okay, let's fold this one up. Now we have one more map we're going to pull out for this one. All right, we got this guy right here. This is the Morrow River 2. Kind of guessing he might be able to go right beside the other one. All right, let's see if we can kind of get this started. All right. This is, man, I'll tell you what, more of this stuff I'm looking at, the more excited I am to play this game. Okay, so let's slide these open. And it looks like this one is going to open up. Let's get my arm out of the way. All right. Okay. So now we have this one. This is the Ardennes Forest 1. Let's see if I can get you that upper corner right over there. Now you're sitting right at that corner, right at that edge. Okay. Looks like we're going to have a little building right there. And that's where some of those tiles can actually come into play as well. Those little cutout tiles, possibly. All right. Put that in, and there you go. Okay, little purple section right there. Like I said, I don't know what those mean. I'm just assuming they're hoping for defensive values or something. All right, but we got the river up here. Okay, and this looks like, I'm guessing, you know, the other map would go up above here from what I remember seeing. I could be wrong. All right, a little bridge, cool. Very nice. Wow, these maps are absolutely amazing. They are absolutely amazing looking. Phenomenal. All right, now, that, folks, is everything that I can see that comes inside this box. Okay, now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get it all back in here. So, and I'm going to show you that one other upgrade kit. So it looks like this is, they're going to, specifically going to go this direction. Okay, then we're going to take all of this, and this all kind of flattened down in here. We're going to put this tray here, because I'm pretty sure that's where that tray was. Let's pull these off to the side. Okay. Now we're going to have this. It's going to fit nicely right there. Yep, even with those dice and everything, everything's fitting good. Okay, so now right now, we're just going to put these back in here. Okay, I know we do have these little tile pieces that really, technically what I can do is I can just kind of just set them in there like that. And see, this one falls out. That's how well these things are going to punch. You can't keep them in there. They're just falling out. So this is going to go right here. And it looks like there's actually an extra one that came in the box. And those are going to go in here. Okay, so let's put that up there. Now, we are going to have these packs. All right. Oh, let's get him out of there. So these are the little plastic ones. I'm just going to put him back in his little sleeve for Cody. Okay. See, will they fit side by side? No, they're just a little bit too big. That'd been nice if they would actually fit side by side. Okay. And then we're going to have this guy right here. And like I said, this is the one with those little acrylic tokens. I'll tell you what, folks, where are we at time-wise? The other box, I don't think there's very much in it at all. So I just want to slide this one in here. Bear with me 1 second. Cody's going to truly appreciate this, I'm sure. But we're going to slide that in there so that way this stuff doesn't get lost. All right. And we're just going to put him right. He's going to fit nicely right there. We have a green cube. How did I drop this green cube? Okay. I'm going to have to check my floor when I'm done now. Holy crud. I normally do not drop stuff. Okay. Put that there. That's for the maps. We're going to put that in there. I want to make sure that Cody has everything in this box so that he can re-put stuff back in stuff that he wants. Okay, now, whew, that's the core upgrade kit. But what I want to show you, and there's not much in it. We're going to do this one really fast. We got the OKW upgrade kit. And I think this is just a couple miniatures and stuff like that. So, because you can actually see right here what we have. There's not a whole lot in here, but I'll tell you what, these miniatures are so cool looking. I just want to see what the miniatures look like. Okay, so let's get this guy opened up. All right. Okay, get that plastic off. And even the plastic wrap they put on these things is actually nice and chunky and heavy. I like it. Okay. Now, this box's lid is actually stuck on for some reason. It's almost like the paper wasn't dry when they put it on. I don't know if you can hear that little popping noise, but it almost has to peel itself off. And I'm trying to be really careful because we don't want to damage any of this stuff. Okay, and there we go. All right, so what do we got? Oh, very nice. We're going to get another one of these boards. Cool. Very cool. We've seen that already, so we don't need to look at that. I'm not going to open up these dice packs because we've already seen the dice packs. We are going to get some blue acrylic cubes. They're going to go with it. All right. But what are we going to get here? This looks like we're going to put our infantry guys in there. All right. We're going to have a supply base tier 2 and 3. Oh, that's cool. And it looks like you have, that can actually fit on top. You can put a little spotlight. Where's this guy? This guy's going to fit somewhere as well. I'm not really sure, but you're getting a gun for that. Okay. It might go to some of this pieces over here because we're going to get this. This is our supply base as well. Oh, this actually comes off too. Supply base tier 3. So yeah. Okay. So that comes off. That's neat. And then we're going to have this little turret that's actually going to go on there. This is so cool. And then I'm not sure. We got another one of these double barrel guns. Not really sure what this goes. It looks like that piece there actually clips into something, but I'm not sure where it clips into. Oh, unless it clips in. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so I'm not even going to try to figure that one out. But we're going to have 2 of these. And there, let's get this guy in here as well. And there we go. Now, let's take a look at these upgraded command cards because that's what this is. And these are just slid in here. Okay, so what do we have here? All right, we got the Panzer HQ building 3 of 2 or 3 of 3. And there's the stats on that. We got the 2. Okay, and then we're going to have the 1. And there's that. All right, now, what are these cards right here? I like how these ones just kind of slide in. So these are all going to be what? Yeah, see, these are all the OKW ones, which they should be. And we'll just kind of look through those really fast. Okay. Got that one. Got just a couple more here, folks. That glare is probably just really, oh man, It is really hard to keep these things out of the glare. So this reminds me of a Chip Theory game, because those games are really bad the same way, but the component quality is super top notch. Okay, and there we go. So that is it. So is this going to fit in right here like this? Okay, we're going to put this tray back in here, and we're going to put that there. All right. Whew. Okay, that was actually a little faster than I thought it was going to be, but I'm glad we got through it. But there you go. That is second edition update kit for the Company Heroes board game, and that is also the OKW upgrade kit as well. If you happen to have that, it's a 2-in-1 right there. Okay, folks. Wow, that was a lot of stuff. Now let's head back up top and let's close this out. All right, folks, there you go. That again was the second edition upgrade kit or update kit for Company Heroes, along with the OKW update kit. Holy moly, there's a lot of good stuff in there. And those miniatures are huge. I did not realize how big the tanks and everything were and what the scale was of this one. I love that larger scale. Looks so good. The maps look amazing. The components, top notch. I mean, the cards, the feelings, it feels like they're plastic is what they feel like. And that is absolutely one of my favorite components to games, is when you put plastic cards in the game. So phenomenal. This upgrade kit's going to look good. I cannot wait to finally get this game to the table. Cody, now that he has this, he's got no choice but to play it again, and I want to be there to do it. Absolutely love what this looks like. I hope you got this, and I hope you're having the same feeling as me. Phenomenal. Well, thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we please ask you to like this video on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on Facebook, or even on X. Please leave us a comment on any one of those platforms, and we'll get to those comments just as soon as we can. And also, folks, if you like the videos we provide here and you haven't done so already, we humbly ask you to click on that subscription button and even click on the bell and be notified when we drop new videos. And also, folks, if you like the videos I do here, I also post videos over on my own channel. I'll do some reviews, some unboxings, and some playthroughs, just stuff from my personal collection. I'll leave a link to my channel down in the details below. You know, my favorite sports coat got a tear in it. I guess it wasn't my strong suit.
I bet Cody's #1 game is going to be Mousetrap.